Kanye and Drake, the two titans of modern day rap, the alleged GOATs. They have a history of beefing basically their whole careers. And I'm gonna be putting it all together in a timeline just for you. From ghostwriting rumors, affairs with Kim Kardashian, and explosive diss tracks. Did you just say explosive diss tracks? Yeah. That was cringy. Listen, kid, do you want to hear about the history of Kanye and Drake's beef or not? No, I want you to take me back to my family. It all starts back in 2008. Kanye and Drake reportedly first saw each other in 2008 while Kanye was working on his album 808s and Heartbreaks. Is that it? Yeah, nothing really happened between them in 2008. So why are you telling me about it? 2009. Kanye directs the music video for Drake's song Best I Ever Had, and it was a epic, amazing, awesome music video according to the masses. They also made the legendary song Forever, where they were both out-rapped by Eminem, which I hate to admit because I do not like Eminem. Does that even matter to the context of this story? They also made Digital Girl Remix, which I've never heard. So why are you telling me about it? 2010. In 2010, Drake drops his album Thank Me Later with two Kanye produced songs, Show Me a Good Time and Find Your Love. Find Your Love is basically just an 808 song with Drake on it. Drake also popped up on an All of the Lights remix, which is kind of funny because some of the lines on All of the Lights can be interpreted as a metaphor towards him. This metaphor being, I slapped my girl, she called the feds, right? So Kanye slapping the girl, that's basically him slapping all his fans in his career and the music industry by ripping the mic away from Taylor Swift.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Then later in the song, he talks about coming back to his girlfriend to see that he's been replaced by another man. That reference being Drake took his #1 spot as the #1 rapper guy. That's what some people think. Some people think it means other things. Who knows? But there's not really much beef between Kanye and Drake yet. So when does the beef start? 2011. In 2011, on the DJ Khaled song, I'm On One, Drake says, I'm just feeling like the throne is for the taking. Watch me take it. Referring to the #1 spot in the rap game. Jay-Z and Kanye do not take this lightly and drop Watch the Throne. An entire collab album because of one line seems kind of petty. Just shut up. It was cool, it was awesome, it was a great album, and you don't even have any proof that it was because of that Drake line. 2013. Kanye admits that the album was kinda a response to Drake's line. Kinda. How can he kinda do that? So Drake invites Kanye to the OVO Fest or whatever, and they perform together, and Kanye admits that Jay-Z and him probably wouldn't have made the album if Drake wasn't putting pressure on them like that. And then Drake teases a collab album with him and Kanye West.
I wanna ask y'all right now, y'all ready for this album?
So when did their album come out? 2015. In 2015, the album did not come out, but Kanye confirmed on The Breakfast Club that they were like working on it or something, and that Drake would probably be mad for him talking about it.
The Wolves song came from a conversation that me and Drake had where we was gonna do an album together. And the album is called Wolves.
There was even like some billboards popping up with like the logos of their two record companies on it. The alleged name for this album was Calabasas is the New Abu Dhabi. I've also heard some people say it was called Wolves. I don't know, we'll just call it Calabasas is the New Abu Dhabi for this video because that's what was on the billboard. So when did it come out? Yeah, 2016. In 2016, Drake is dropping two songs, One Dance and Pop Style. And there's a lot of hype behind Pop Style because Kanye and Jay-Z's return, the big throne return, is gonna be on this song, allegedly. But this big return was just 3 Jay-Z lines and then the rest of it was all Kanye. Apparently Drake wasn't too happy about this 3-line debacle from Jay-Z, so he completely removes the Jay-Z and Kanye verse from the Pop Style on his album Views. It seems like an unnecessary reaction. Yeah, but like none of that stuff is really important for 2016. What's really important is the pool beef. What's the pool beef? Lives were lost. What? No, Kanye and Drake just kind of beefed about who had the bigger pool. Oh. 2017. In 2017, Kanye's on the St. Pablo tour and he's on stage and he kind of just goes on this whole rant, which he did a lot of rants on that tour, but he goes on this one rant where he just kind of is hating on Drake for free being on the radio too much. Why would anyone be mad at that? Bro, I don't know. Stop asking so many questions. Drake responded to this in an interview saying like, I don't really know what he wants from me. One day he's dissing me. The next day we're making an album together. I'm kind of confused. However, Drake forgave him and put him on the song Glow on his album More Life around spring of 2017. Did the song break the internet? No, not really. I liked it though. I didn't ask if you liked it. 2018, this is where it starts. So I guess earlier in 2018, Drake goes out to Kanye's ranch in Wyoming to get help from Kanye on his new album, Scorpion. When he gets there, he figures out that Kanye is actually working on albums, which Drake did not know and thought was weird. And then Drake ends up basically just helping Kanye with these albums the entire time he's there and gets no help on his stuff. The one thing that Drake got from this experience though is a beat from Kanye. This beat was like the holy grail of beats. Drake was okay with all of this work he did just for this beat. That was the one thing he got in return, and he was okay with it because that beat was just that good. So he starts working and writing on this beat and working on this song that's gonna be on Scorpion, I guess. But then one morning he gets a text from Kanye or some text from Kanye saying he loved him or something like that. And Kanye drops a song that uses this beat that Drake got from that experience. What is this song? Lift Yourself. The legendary Hoop Diddy Scoop song I'm sure you've all heard a trillion times. So Kanye basically wastes this only thing that Drake gained from helping Kanye. He just wasted it publicly. Why would he do that? I don't know. Anyways, Drake announces that his album Scorpion will be coming out in July. 4 days after this, Kanye announces Good Music Summer, which is gonna be like 5 albums, all 7 songs, all songs produced by him. So the first album, Daytona, Ye, Kids See Ghosts, a Nas album, and I think a Tiana Taylor album. These are all coming out throughout the summer. Basically kind of pushing Drake out of his release, or an attempt to. Anyways, on Pusha T's Good Music Season album, Daytona, the last song, Infrared, has a few disses at Drake, bringing up some ghostwriting rumors. 24 hours later, Drake releases Duppy Freestyle, only on SoundCloud. I remember he posted like an invoice basically saying, hey, this diss track is gonna sell more albums for you. You're irrelevant. The cover was like an invoice to Kanye saying, hey, your artist is getting paid. Give me $100,000. In this Duppy Freestyle, he just kind of references like, hey, oh yeah, well, you're dissing me for ghostwriters. Well, I wrote a lot of songs for Kanye, which I don't really understand that criticism because ghostwriting and writing are different. As long as Drake gets his credits for writing a song, I think that's fine. I think what Pusha T was talking about is getting a writer and not crediting them and pretending like you wrote it all. I don't know. Gets a little weird, blurred lines here. Anyways, Drake made a big mistake by dropping this diss track because this beef probably wouldn't have even affected him if he just ignored it. He probably would have been a lot better just not saying anything and letting it go by. Because this diss track, this Pusha T diss track, or a few diss lines, was basically bait. Because right after Drake disses him, the story of Adidon comes out. He reveals in this Story of Adidon song that Drake is hiding a son. And some of the lines in this diss track are crazy. Definitely since I've been involved or cared about music at all, this has been the craziest diss track I've ever heard. Anyway, so Pusha T kind of forces Drake into fatherhood, allegedly. So Drake claims that he told Kanye that he had this child back when he went and helped Kanye with the album, and so Kanye told Pusha T. Kanye denied that in a series of videos. He denied a lot of things. He addressed a lot of beef with Drake in a series of Instagram videos in September.
Now the next thing is with Drake. If I wasn't in a medicated state, I might have thought and had the wherewithal to say, hey Pusha, don't diss Drake on my beat.
Kanye was also pretty upset about the song In My Feelings where Drake says, Kiki, do you love me? Which apparently is like a Kim Kardashian reference. Also, Drake disses Kanye on the song Sicko Mode. There's a lot of Drake dissing Kanye. I mean, I don't even really think Drake cared about Pusha T. It seems like he just kind of went after Kanye mostly after this Story of Adidon diss track. Anyways, there's all this Kanye response on Instagram, and then Drake, he appears on a French Montana song, No Stylist, and says, I told her don't wear no 350s around me, referring to Yeezys. Kanye also did not like this. He had a lot to say about all of this. I'll just let him speak. What happened after that? Nothing really. Until 2021. So Drake is supposed to be dropping this huge album in 2021, and so is Kanye. So Kanye goes to drop this album in July called Donda. In the very beginning of July, I believe it was like July 5th, Kanye does this big listening party for the album, and it's supposed to drop after the listening party. You know, Kanye's being dead silent. He's only wearing masks. Everyone's confused, you know, Kanye not talking, that's a little surprising. So he goes and does this listening party. He hypes it up real big. Everybody's there. I was there. Okay, the album plays. People are kind of hyped. After the listening party ends, no album drops. There's no post about it. There's no technical release date. He just played the album and didn't drop it. Everyone's pretty confused, and it turns out that this dude is just chilling in the stadium where he played the album, Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. Dude's paying $1 million a day and just living there and just continues to work on the album after the listening party. So 2 weeks later, another listening party is announced in the same stadium. Kanye's been there the entire time just working on this album. 2 weeks later, he finally finishes it. He plays it for everyone. Everyone's hype. You know, Kanye floats out of the stadium. It's insane. He doesn't drop it. Why not? Well, folks started to speculate. They thought that he was pushing back this album again and again and again and again to push Drake out of a summer release. Drake fires back on this rumor on this Trippie Redd song, Betrayal, where he says, "Ye ain't changing shit for me. I got it set in stone." Kanye responded to this with the perfectly normal, mentally stable response, posting his address, and then like a bunch of pictures of like the Joker. Anyways, Drake disses Kanye a bunch on Certified Lover Boy. Kanye surprisingly doesn't diss him much on Donda. 2 weeks later, after their albums have all dropped, you know, Donda has actually dropped. Certified Lover Boy came 5 days after that. Drake goes on his radio show and leaks a song that is not on Donda called Life of the Party. And then he posts a picture on Instagram right after that and says, "Taking out the trash." I guess he assumed that everybody thought this song is trash. No. Andre 3000 is on this song. Kanye disses Drake like crazy, but it's really good. There was this whole meme going around that this was the best song that Drake had dropped all summer. So it kind of, you know, bit Drake in the butt. The entire basis of this song is basically Kanye just saying, "Hey, I made 808s. Without 808s, you wouldn't exist. I'm your dad. Please respect me." I really like this version of the song. Apparently Andre 3000 wasn't too comfortable with his verse being used on a diss. So Kanye changes his verse, releases a non-diss version on Donda Deluxe. Things kind of quiet down for a while after all this, until Kanye randomly pops up with Jay Prince in an Instagram post and like apologizes to Drake. Almost looked like Kanye had gotten in trouble with his teacher, Jay Prince, and was like forced to apologize. I don't know. In this post where he apologized, he asked Drake if they can do a collab concert and use the proceeds from that to donate to Larry Hoover, which is somebody who's in prison. That's a different story for a different day.
I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the 2 biggest albums of the year, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover.
And Drake is just like, all right. And then they post a picture together. I can't remember whose Instagram it was on, but Drake and Kanye are together with Jay Prince like a couple days later. And then this concert's going on at the very end of 2021. So they do this concert. It's a huge hit. Everyone's a big fan. You know, Kanye plays like all his hits. Drake mostly plays songs off of Certified Lover Boy, which was a little weird, but it was a great concert. It was a peaceful time, a success, some may say. Like after that, they're basically just cool. That's it? Well, kinda. After the Kanye incidents of 2022, the devastating, tragic, and unforgettable events that happened, I think we all know what happened. I think Drake just kind of stopped pretending like they were cool. He dropped the line, "Lincoln with the ops. I only did that for Jay Prince," in the song Sir Loco, which I understand wanting to put the distance between you and Kanye after the whole Kanye incidents of 2022, but that's definitely not true because he was crying while Kanye was playing Runaway. I don't think you just did it for Jay Prince if you're crying. I'm just saying, I don't just think you linked with the ops just for Jay Prince. I think you were enjoying it a little bit. I think Kanye said something about it on Twitter and got banned like the next day. I can't remember what he said, but I think he was basically saying, you know, I don't care, it's all love. Kanye also in one of these crazy interviews where he said a lot worse stuff. One of the things he said in those interviews was Drake is the greatest rapper of all time.
Drake is the greatest rapper ever.
I don't know. Kanye, like, apparently loves Drake. Drake was like, yeah, you know, understandably. Then after that, in 2023, Drake drops the song Search and Rescue, which is low-key just him, like, flirting with Kim Kardashian. So I guess you could see that as a Kanye diss or not. I don't know. He said something the other day at his concert about, oh, you look cool, but you got Yeezys on.
You look good, even though you got those Yeezys on.
So as of right now, their status is a little confusing. I think Drake is kind of not a big fan of Kanye, and you know, who knows what Kanye is up to, who knows. So that's it for now. Can you take me back to my family now? I'll think about it.